Hi all, I am Saranya from KET Kalangir Karnanidhi Institute of Technology, Coimbatore. Today I am going to take the topic wireless network security. So in this we are going to see the integrity, authentication and key management. Steps to verify the integrity of a message or message authentication codes, certificates, non-reputation. So at first we are going to see message authentication codes. Suppose two users, a sender and a receiver, want to connect via messages. In MAC or message authentication codes, the transmitter and receiver use the same MAC algorithm or key. So in this message authentication codes, how they are exchanging the message in the confidential manner. So they are using some message authentication through some MAC algorithm or key that are maintained at both the sides of the sender and the receiver side to maintain the confidentiality of the message. So that is known as the message authentication codes. And then certificates. A certificate is a digital document that validates a public key. The certificate provides information about the key, the owner's identity, and organization's digital signature, which has verified the certificate's contents. So, when we are using a certificate as a digital document, how that certificate is validated for confidentiality. So, that certificate contains the owner's identity, organization's digital signature, and the confidential key. So, these are the things that are maintained in the certificates to verify the authentication. And the next one is non-reputation. Non-reputation is the property of agreeing to adhere to an obligation. More specifically, it is an inability to refute a responsibility. And then authentication. Cryptographic authentication is the process of verifying a user's identity and only then providing the access to the data or resources. In this authentication process, cryptography ensures that no unauthorized person get access to any kind of data. Thus, authentication plays a vital role. Authentication is the next important role after authentication. So, authorization is the next important role after authentication. Non-reputation of data plays an important aspect for cryptographic authentication. So, if we need the authentication for the particular access, the user should have a particular identity. If the identities are correct, then only they will get the access to get that particular data. That is known as the authentication. Next, key management in cryptography. So, key management refers to the processes and procedures involved in generating, storing, distributing, and managing cryptographic keys used in cryptographic algorithms to protect sensitive data. It ensures that keys used to protect sensitive data are kept safe from unauthorized access or loss. Good key management helps to maintain the security of encrypted information and is important for protecting digital assets from cyber threats. Effective key management is crucial for ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of encrypted information by securing cryptographic keys from unauthorized access, loss, or compromise. So, whenever we are having a key management in cryptography, we have a key management to secure particular data. The very important thing is key management. The keys should be kept very safe from the unauthorized person. Then only our data are kept secure. So now we can see the types of key management. There are two aspects of key management. So one is distribution of public keys. Use of public key encryption to distribute the secrets. So distribution of public key. The public key can be distributed in four ways. Public announcement, publicly available directory, public key authority, public key certificates. So, public announcement. Public announcement means when we are going to access the result in a particular university, they will announce. For example, it is an university. They will publicly announce the students to put the register number as their username, and then they will give the public key. You have to put number 123 to access the result, or their date of birth to access that result. So it is a public announcement given by the university. So all the students in that particular university can access their result using the common password. And then publicly available directory. For example, digital library, government's digital library. So they are providing the students e-library, so there we can access the contents without any private keys. It is publicly available. So public key authority. So publicly they are given the authority to access the public data. For example, any common forums. Public key certificates. So the public key certificates should be maintained, that who are all the publics, who are all the common peoples, they can access from that particular repository. So public announcement, at first, here the public key is to broadcast to everyone. The major weakness of this method is forgery. Anyone can create a key claiming to be someone else and broadcast it. So if it is a public key announcement, any one of the people can hack that, and then they will do some malpractices in the public repository. That is one of the major drawback in this. And then publicly available directory. Public key is stored in a public directory. Directories are trusted here with properties like participant registration, access, and allow them to modify values at any time. So there may be vulnerable to forgery and tampering. And then public key authority. It is similar to the directory, but improves security by tightening control over the distribution of keys from the directory. It requires users to know the public key for the directory. Whenever the keys are needed, real-time access to the directory is made by the user to obtain any desired public key security. And then last one is public certification. This time, authority provides a certificate to allow key exchange without real-time access to the public authority each time. The certificate is accompanied by some other info such as period of validity, rights of use, etc. All of this content is signed by the private key of the certificate authority, and it can be verified by anyone processing the authority's public key. First, sender and receiver both request the certificate authority for a certificate which may contains a public key and other information, and then they can exchange these certificates and can start the communication. So these are all belongs to the public communication. So another one type of method of communication is private communication. In the private communication, if you need to send the message from the sender to the receiver, they will maintain a private key. They will use encryption decryption technique in the private distribution of keys. Okay, so they will maintain the private key both at the sender side and the receiver side. Only sender and then receiver will know that private key, and then they can exchange the message. So when compared to the public key, in private key, it is not vulnerable to forgery or tampering because messages are encrypted, and then private keys are maintained at both the sender and the receiver side. So this is what about the wireless network security. We will meet you at the next class.